Hello everybody and welcome back to Black Ops 6 Multiplayer, where we're going to be covering the new LC10, as you can see here. I did just test it a little bit in the firing range just to kind of get a good feel for it. It feels very consistent, but I'm also in the firing range because I want to show off something very interesting. Most weapons in this game, you can obviously inspect them, you can see the little minute details, stuff like that. A lot of the time, you get a lot of interesting little details that you may not see. Sometimes if it's the more realistic guns, you'll get a lot of interesting little tidbits, but a lot of the time is visual things on the gun do change when you fiddle with them, so like barrels, optics, suppressors. But obviously with select fire, if you change the fire mode, the little, on most guns, if you can see it, the selector switch on the left side will change, so you can see there it's going up and down right by the right thumb there. But here's a little fun bug. I have it on single fire. Now it's on full auto. When it's on full auto, you can obviously see the switch is up there in the F position. When I put it on single fire, it moves upward a little bit, in a way, and I don't... You can see it there. It's like a lot more down, closer to the thumb. But as I inspect it, it moves up. Not all the way back to full auto, but it's just a little weird quirk, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I wanted to show that off, because I like testing in the firing range, and I noticed that, and I was like, oh, I'll start a video here, why not? Obviously, this is going to be going up on Monday. I have been recording quite a bit of stuff. Playing some new games and trying them out and seeing if I want to do videos on them. Still trying to dip my toes back into PC game stuff, but obviously, given audio levels and things, I'm still trying to fiddle with stuff. Again, the PC issue has not derailed me fully, but it's caused a lot more issues than I am caring to, that I'm willing to talk about on camera, but most of them are just audio-based, so it's not too bad. But, that being said, the biggest thing is, please give, no, wait, I'm using SMG. I don't want to play on Rewind, of all things, please, and thank you. But obviously there's currently the Ballerina event going on, Ballerina, a John Wick, I believe it's Ballerina, a John Wick story, or something like that, or from the world of John Wick. I have not seen it, but I've heard it's good. Working on getting these done. Obviously, in doing so, you get the Essex Model 07, and also a blueprint for the nunchucks. They're kind of unique in the sense of they have a ribbon to swap between that you can see the character holding there, whose name I unfortunately do not really know. Eve Mikado. And obviously, here's the bundle that it gives you. I honestly, I'm not a huge... I haven't been really getting these bundles just because I just don't care anymore. But this one I might get solely because the finishing move is kind of fun. It's very John Wick. Grind I can do with an SMG. I just gotta kind of more or less play mid. I got domination again. Oh, and it's game in progress too. But the main thing I kind of want to talk about when it comes to stuff right now, and okay, good, the Dark Matter player is on our team. Every time I see Dark Matter, I'm like, ah, yes, we have a nerd. I say as I have gotten Dark Matter several times, but it's like, it's still almost always the Dark Matter player are the Sweat Lords.
Captain the objective. Stay sharp.
I haven't seen a single person. Oh, there we go. Ooh, yeah, that is a lot more consistent now that I'm in an actual match.
Grenade, concussion grenade sighted.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Whoa! Is that mine? Oh, no, it's theirs. Okay.
Losing B.
Okay, I don't know if there was a hotfix today to fix the loadout stuff from the FFAR video. But, so far, stuff seems to be working.
Losing A. Losing Bravo. We got the lead. Now hold it. Losing B.
Enemy, 12 o'clock.
Archangel going hot.
Assault tank ready.
We lost B.
Damn, alright.
Marshal requesting UAV tasking. Enemy CUAV inbound. This shit ain't working. We've lost the advantage. Enemy UAV inbound.
Cover me. Taking the objective.
Taking Bravo underway.
I still need to get my knife gold, so I'm gonna be occasionally pulling that out to
Established overhead.
maybe get a kill or two.
Bravo zone
Say
secure.
this once. Do not fuck. Enemy Molotov. Watch out.
Man. But kind of just talk about a couple things that have been going on. I did kind of mention it in the FFAR video towards the end, but obviously I do plan on moving out of my home in September and moving in with my lovely girlfriend. And that will be a very big change of pace for me, but it's something we both want and something we think is what's best for both of us moving forward.
We're losing Alpha.
But obviously with my usual yearly con, that coming up in August, it's gonna be a busy June and July prepping for that. On top of moving out. But Willow. The other thing I also need to worry about is prepping for a couple of series upcoming that are going to be a lot bigger. Obviously, I know Gears 5 didn't start up last week. It should be starting up this week. Reason why it didn't is just because of the PC issues and generally work mainly. Not necessarily in a way that's like, oh, the work is maybe busy. It has, but it's just very much I didn't want to record Gears after all the PC issues. Not because I dislike it. It's just I didn't want to try and force myself to play a game when I was feeling kind of not out of it. With like the games like this, it's a little bit easier because it's like I can kind of just play it and move on, and it's not really too bad. But for story-based games, when I like to at least experience a story if I'm enjoying it, I want to experience the story because I'm enjoying it, you know? As of me recording this, though, and there it is. That is... Yep, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to restart my game after this. Which is great.
Losing Bravo.
But the main thing is...
War machine pressing fire.
Doom, as we recording this, only has 2 levels remaining for
War machine going live. Losing B.
the never activated these before starting. Only needs 2 more episodes to be recorded. I have 2 more levels. As we recording this, though, I think episode 4 should be going up in a couple of days. Episode 4, episode 5. The first episode that wasn't as part of the stream, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Losing Bravo.
Yes, actually. So the first one is part of the stream. As of right now, basically up until August 10th, every Sunday, there was an episode of Doom the Dark Ages. Obviously, in terms of other games, I do have a couple of games in my back pocket that I want to play. As well as, thanks to said girlfriend, I now own a new fighting game to perhaps be trying content on if people are interested in wanting to see it. It'll basically be very much a thing where it's like, hey, I'm going to record it and upload it, and if you guys want to see more, like it, subscribe, all that. But I am not going to promise that we'll see a lot of it. But...
Target down Bravo.
Keep an eye out.
We have the edge, but don't get cocky.
Similarly, I have purchased a couple of new games myself with my own money. 3 to be exact. 2 of which you will definitely... one of which you'll definitely see the Let's Play before the end of the year. Another one, 2 others you may not until maybe next year. Maybe you'll see at least episode 0 effectively of one of them in around October. That's your little hint towards what it is. It's also a franchise I have always enjoyed and have watched and talked about before and have done videos on this channel, but I have not played these specific entries, if that is any consolation of what it is. But I'm excited to play those. And I'm also excited to... Also, yeah, we did earlier that game. I'm also excited to say that we also have a couple other things. I will happily be able to say that there are going to be a couple of videos coming out, hopefully in the month of June, that are going to be a little bit more interesting in the sense of they're going to be more, not review-esque, but, different. They're going to be pseudo story time type things and more personal stories. I don't know when those will be out, but they will be out, as well as I do plan on wanting to cover a couple of different other games in terms of, like, again, one-offs that you will be seeing throughout the month of June. Specifically, I might as well talk about at least one or two of them. While I restart my game, so I'm just gonna do this while I restart the game, and then we'll load it to zombies and test out the LC10. But, there is a couple of things I want to cover, that being, other games I want to cover. There's going to be at least, I think there's going to, obviously, Bendy will be starting up after Doom or after Unleashed is over, Sonic Unleashed. So no promises on that. But Doom 64 will probably be continuing... I want to say probably either after Gears or after Doom. I'll probably do it after a little bit later down the line. I know Doom 64 and Doom 3 are all that's left. But there's going to be Crysis 2, Assassin's Creed 4, and another trilogy-based game, and some other things that I plan on covering. But I'm going to keep a secret for now. So... hopefully you'll be excited for those. As well as obviously Celeste will be getting its continuation episodes and more episodes in that. Probably, I was going to say probably it will be in June. I was hoping, but just kind of due to how Let's Plays are lining up, I don't think it's going to happen. Generally, Celeste is more of a harder experience when it comes to, being a platformer, just intrinsically being a platformer. But other than that, the biggest thing is also, yeah, we just goes to show how poorly we did. We only have that. We only have the lightweight grip, and I can put an optic on there for the sake of making my life a little easier. So we unfortunately don't have the benefit of having anything else to help with either its recoil or its, like, ability to make salvage. Because unfortunately the monolithic thing is still not working. Because it's a Treyarch game, and it's not without bugs. Because it's Call of Duty, and it's the most buggiest game of all time. Forgive me. We got our ACs installed because I have a dust allergy. I think the dust is getting to my throat. So there's that. We'll probably do... We'll go back to Shattered Veil. It's easier. Also, I know I usually don't fully cover, but I want to talk about a couple other things. Not necessarily just content. But, just other... things. I plan on doing... some... I'm not going to be guaranteed to say this, like, definitively, but I definitely am going to be doing a video on... a game that I've seen a lot of people play, and I think I'm interested, and I've been always interested, but just never had the opportunity to play. As well as I am very interested in wanting to do this, but I am interested in wanting to do a couple of streams, hopefully before September, throughout either August or maybe even July, to try and help get a little bit of extra money in my pocket Mainly July. I'm gonna try and maybe do a couple in June. No promises, but I'm gonna try and do a couple in June. But I want to try and get a little extra money in my pocket, both for my Fan Expo trip, Fan Expo Boston, which I do every year, at least up until this point, because I don't know if we'll be flying back for years after, since I'll be in a different state and have in the new time zone and everything. But with that, I plan on basically having it basically be a situation where I want to have a little bit of extra money in my pocket to both have so that I can pack stuff away in my savings, but also have the ability to buy things at the convention. I have seen people kind of having a very hit or miss thing with Ko-fi, but I still am going to be planning on using it. But if you do want to support me and have me get most of that money, my Streamlabs link, I think it's in my channel, the channel description, but it's not in my YouTube video description. But the biggest thing is just mainly going to be that I plan on wanting to do that for the sake of having the extra money, as well as having plans to do other things, and I want to make sure I have money so I'm not burning it all at Boston. Because, again, bills, stuff like that, as well as I'm moving away, I want to have something to be able to have some padding before I inevitably, between first paycheck at a new job over there and then moving in, so. And it's not necessarily saying, like, oh, please give me money or no more videos. No, that's just like, if you want to help me in a personal way, I'm going to be having streams that are going to basically be help funding Boston and moving out. So that's mainly the idea, is like, hey, if you want to support me and you want to do it a very, help out your local funny YouTuber Fox girl who are doing funny Call of Duty stuff, or funny Destiny stuff, or funny video game bull, you can do that. Also, I know I'm not swearing too much, but it's like I'm actively trying to not swear too much anymore. Not because YouTube policies, I couldn't give a shit about that. It's just I notice I just generally swear too much. Like reactionary, that's not changing. But in terms of like talking in conversation, just normally, I'm trying to drop it a little bit, you know. Doing this mostly because I want to try and get a weapon to shoot the max ammo, but also see if I can maybe get a ray gun. I mean, hey, it's Krieg. I think the Krieg is good. Plus, I mainly want it for salvage, so. Because the other weapon doesn't have a suppressor on it right now, so that's mainly the reason why I have this. But other things I kind of want to talk about, I guess, as well while I'm here, and I can talk about it. I know longer video for the LC10, but updates and things that are happening. I do not have status updates for certain pieces of content that are more or less coming to channels that are not mine that have me featuring them, or things that are bigger edits from Evie. Not because Evie's not working on them, but it's just because we're all busy. We're both adults. We both have lives outside of playing video games. Well, I do, and Evie has other things that she has going on, so I'm not gonna pester. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you're hoping for the tag comp or you're hoping for more Fox Den stuff, I'm not gonna say that it's not happening, but it's just like we've been both busy doing our own thing and having tech issues on both sides. And obviously Evie just got the Switch 2. So they're enjoying Cyberpunk on Switch, so I'm not, like, complaining. It's just kind of fun stuff going on. In terms of other things, again, the best way to get in contact with me outside of YouTube is, other than Twitter, is community Discord. Like, genuinely, I usually check my Discord, not my actual community Discord, but, like, I usually am on Discord a lot more than I'm on Twitter. And as well as like Instagram, I guess if you really want to get in contact with me, you don't want to use Discord, Instagram's your next best bet. Why? I don't know. It's just, I like Instagram. It feels nice to use sometimes. But other than that, we have, I have plans for wanting to do more community-based games. Whether that's Jackbox, whether that's,
Sure, why not?
I'm blanking those, like Among Us, maybe. I have thought about this, but I don't know if I'll 100% commit to it. It's an idea that I've always had, but I've always considered wanting to do this. I might make a second channel. What it would be for, I can't definitively say, not because I don't think it'll happen, but I want to do more, not necessarily non-gaming, but I want to do more review-esque content and have it be more unanimous to just, hey, things I like, rather than just keeping it all onto this one. Not necessarily saying that they do poorly, it's I want to try and keep this to be more gaming-specific. Hence why, like, if I want to cover a thing like Doctor Who, or like a Marvel thing, or a non-Marvel thing, or something like that, I would do it there. But if it's a gaming piece of media, so like Minecraft movie, FNAF 2 movie, Sonic movie, video game movies and TV shows, those I would put on this channel. But if I do anything non-video game, I thought about putting it on there. So if I did Transformers 1, like Transformers 1, Transformers like in general, or like anime, or maybe Doctor Who, like just general like movies and TV. I thought about making a second channel for that, but it's like I'm hesitant because I don't like doing second channels, especially since YouTube seemingly for some reason likes to consider second channels being impersonators a lot of time, because trying to branch out from your go-to stuff doesn't do well in the algorithm, so people make a second channel, but then it gets called an impersonator even though it's doing different content. It's annoying. It's why I haven't really done... It's why the idea is... it's an idea. I'm not 100% planning on doing it. Other things, I would have loved to have temporal that. However, I can still make use of it doing this.
Well, you got the lean part down, but the rest is a solid hell no.
At least do that. Also, I will say this feels very nice. Obviously, we're out of ammo. That's the thing I noticed with the most recent weapons from the Ladra onwards. It feels like they have, like, no ammo. Temporal gift.
I'm assuming these work like the soda pops. You know what, scratch that. I shouldn't assume anything. Quicker than jamming C4 in your ear, and twice as entertaining. Max armor.
Also, I should grab Jug and speak all forget. Before I forget and or inevitably die. Hello. Bonk.
Now we're getting somewhere. Question is where?
Oh, money. Also, I've noticed this. A lot of people pointed this out, and I caught on pretty early on, but I'm only now realizing people are catching on now. Sam and Richtofen make a lot of quotes, not necessarily in this, but especially in Grief, to specifically the Primus crew. Obviously, we just saw see a penny, pick it up all day long, you have a penny. I think Dempsey says that in either Dryzen or Zetsubo, maybe? Richtofen obviously does his, he does the, his little origins thing, where it's, a vessel for Maxis opening the gateway type thing. Like, he does that occasionally, as well as his audio files for in the game. And given the fact that there is the possibility of him becoming an operator, yeah, like, that's very much a thing that could be coming in the future. That's one thing I also have noticed as well is, and I'm kind of glad that they've done it this way, is all of the new operators have been in the Battle Pass, with the exception of the event-based ones. So, for example, Frontman, you had to pay for him through the little mini pass. Same with Splinter, same with Seth Rogen, same with whoever's coming up next. But you also have stuff like, you have, like, obviously our bundle ones, like the Pink Guards, Young Hee, the VIPs, Kevin Smith, or / Jay and Silent Bob. You have, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Terminator, like, all of these characters specifically are paid, but then you have the but then all of the other characters, like the non-licensed characters, have to spend Battle Pass, and we haven't gotten any new non-licensed characters at all, which I'm okay with, because it means that, hey, if you don't want those bundles, you don't want those bundles. Also, LC10 becomes the Nido Buster, so that's Knido Buster. Cydo Buster? A lot of bullets, though. A lot of bullets. 68 bullets? 60. Oh, roughly 48%, I'd say. Like, less than 50, but not quite that bad. Because 50% increase would have been, or not 50%, 100% increase would have been, 68. That was not the thing I would have wanted to grab with that. I meant to grab the double points, but I guess to be fair, I really didn't need it. But yeah, I have really nothing else going on for content, because I did a video, my one video on Grief. I am going to be playing it passively, trying to go for the 115 wins, but I kind of want to wait till some of the more of the bugs are ironed out with Grief, because there's a lot of grief going on. Mainly, like, I want to wait till the Cali 6 get nerfed a little bit in Grief, or like make the stuns not as painful. Maybe I'll just play it more. Maybe I'll see if I can try and get it into a group of friends or something and see what happens. But I do like the mode. I've always liked Grief, and I never really got to play it actually up until literally Black Ops 6. I never played it on Black Ops 2. No one ever played it. As for other pieces of content that I also have planned, next week you'll be seeing, I think I mentioned it a little bit, it's a game that I've always wanted to play that I am finally doing a video on, because it's available on Game Pass. But I will also be doing a video on a little something that I'm going to tease by going into my gaming tab and just letting it sit like this, maybe. You'll see, you may have seen it in there somewhere. But I plan on doing a video on that. Game I haven't played in a long time. I've played it before, but I haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, we have one more test we're going to do, and we're going to end off the video on this note, and that is going to be buying the ever infamous double tap. See how the LC10 performs with double tap. This thing does have a higher, I think it feels like a slightly higher rate of fire than Black Ops Cold War. Which if I ever just call it Black Ops 5, I'm referring to Cold War. That's what it is. Ooh, hello. Hello, Ing. Hello, Ing.
I don't even want to know what's in that. Range
Ooh. Yeah, both these weapons have a really good rate of fire. Later this week, though, you should be seeing a video on the SX. Probably, my guess could probably be Thursday, Friday, maybe? Probably Friday. Because I know I want to do a Warzone video on the new POI. It probably will just be a spectating video, honestly. Talking about gripes and just general issues with the game. Or not, maybe not matter if Warzone, might just be gaming in general. But I crashed out yesterday on video game related stuff. That'll be a video that I'll talk about later, but just know that if you want to hear me be a little toxic, I will be very toxic in that video, and I do not care how much trouble it gets me in terms of in terms of not necessarily saying mean things about people, but saying, talking down about very openly bad people. But regardless, you'll see that eventually. Oh, Jesus. Please don't go down. 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 I hate the creepers so much. I hate creepers so much. This is why I hate creepers. They're unironically creepers.
Serving up knuckle sandwiches nice and hot.
Whack. Let the gas dissipate a little bit. But, yeah, I'll see you guys next video or live stream whatever I make. Have everybody stay safe. I know there's a lot of me rambling, but it's like, hey, at least there's a purpose, and you got to see me kind of get the pack a punch. So, but yeah, for the Essex, I won't do this again, unless there is a topic you need to talk about. But, yeah, see you guys next video or live stream I make. Everybody, stay safe. I'm going to go finish up my camos for the AMAX, I think. Maybe the Ladra. And then work on the rest of the melee weapons, because I still have to do the skateboard and the Cali sticks before the pickaxe comes out. Because I want to try and be done with all the melee weapons in zombies. And then I'll probably go back to doing more multiplayer. Because I know I've been slacking on the Dark Matter grind. I know. Because I don't like Dark Matter. I'm just going to be honest. I just don't like it. And once it comes out, I think it will be coming out soon. Casual Resurgence. I will be doing a video on that. Solely because I do actually like Resurgence as a game mode, I just don't like Rebirth. So, that specific mode might be a little bit better for me because I just hate Rebirth. But for camos, to maybe make a crack at getting Abyss, we'll see. But, yeah. Unfortunately, nobody won the Star Wars live event. I wish I could do it, but unfortunately, I have my work comes first. My actual IRL job, so I'm gonna stop rambling now. And I will see you guys next video live stream if I make. Have everybody stay safe, and see you guys tomorrow with the Division.